Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm your host, Dr. Nick, and this is the 90s Guy Show. Now, coming up is 17 years ago on the 23rd of this month, the tragic passing of Owen Hart. His birthday was on May 7th. He would have been 51 years old this year. It was a tragic accident that happened in Kansas City, Missouri, where he was in the rafters attached to a harness in his character known as the Blue Blazer. And tragically, the harness broke. He fell. His neck hit the ropes, and he tragically died. Um, that was definitely something that I still have not really recovered from. Um, as a wrestling fan, we all grieved. I was a big Owen Hart fan and still am. I was a big fan of his brother Brett as well. But Owen was a hell of a technician in the ring, an awesome personality. His athleticism just was leaps and bounds over so many people during that time. He did a lot of things that other people did not do. Um, he I don't know. I can't. It's hard for me to really put into words the great loss that happened. Um, I remember watching the pay per view and it happening, and then I went to school the next day. And granted, not everybody was a wrestling fan, but there were a few of my friends who had either seen it or there was a couple that hadn't. And I explained what exactly had happened. Shortly after that, I believe it was about, I don't know, 3 or 4 days later, myself and some of my family members, we actually went up to Canada on a fishing trip. And we drove by the city where the Harts lived. I apologize if I'm not exactly putting this into the best words possible. It still hurts. It's still very sad. Um, Anytime that you lose somebody that young to an accident like that, it's just, I mean, he left behind his wife, his kids, his family, his fans, and you know, I mean, what can you say? I mean, you can't really put into words the tragic loss that we had. Luckily, his legacy is able to live on, and people can look back, and even new fans can look on his awesome career that he had. Now, here's a question I'd like to post. Do you think that if Owen Hart had lived, do you think he would have ever been WWE champion? He was a former European champion, tag team champion, multi-time Slammy Award winner. Do you think that he would have stayed in mid card, or do you think eventually he would have been up in the title picture? I don't know. I mean, at the time he was still doing the tag team thing with Jeff Jarrett. You could tell everybody loved him. You never heard a bad thing about him, and that was the awesome thing. But like I said, it still sucks that it happened. It still bothers me. But you know, what can you say? We lost a lot of people over the years. Roddy Piper, Mr. Perfect, Junkyard Dog, Andre the Giant, Rick Rude, Dusty Rhodes, China recently. There's been a lot of people we've lost over the years in the wrestling business, and it never gets any easier. It just hurts more and more the more we lose these uh, heroes. I guess. I mean, I looked up to these guys, and To me, they were heroes. They were superheroes. That you didn't think anything bad was going to happen to them, and then it did. But anyways, thank you for watching the video. Like this video, subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all later.